Alright, morning to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all? So here it is Monday morning. Not quite as early as it sometimes is Monday morning when we come in here, but it's early enough. It's 5:30ish or so, and got to go in for a meeting this morning, and then I go in later on to cover a shift, so it's going to be one of those split days. Spent 8 hours yesterday. 8 hours yesterday. Training on the computer. Oh, look in the corner there. That's Klaus. So you remember Sergeant Coco, beautiful puppy. Well, unfortunately, Sergeant Coco got out of the fence, and he's so friendly, he would run up to anybody, and apparently somebody decided they wanted Sergeant Coco. So Sergeant Coco has gone on to another home. So this is Agent 00 Devin, and he got a new puppy, and this is Klaus. C-L-A-U-S, Klaus. That's is it Klaus? Klaus? Someone tell me. But anyway, this is Klaus, and he's still not real sure about this whole being around people thing. He came from the rescue down the road there, and he's still not so sure. But he's going to figure it all out. All right, well, I just got a call from the boss, and I got to be to work a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to have to be to work today, so we're going to go ahead and get a shave in. So it's Monday. Yes, Klaus, you may go get you something to drink now and eat.
I'll give him coffee.
Yes, it is Monday, and yes, we do have our Williams Wednesday mug, but you know, the mug is good any day. We are not using Williams today. Hold that thought. We're going to make it a Menthol Monday, because I like Menthol Monday. So I dug around, and I got the Super Max. There it is right there, Super Max Menthol. This is from Bulgaria. Really good cream. I've got a couple of creams that are from Bulgaria, Rose of Bulgaria, and this one, and they're really good creams. I really enjoy them. We're going to finish up, since it's a menthol day, we're going to finish up with the actual skin bracer today instead of one of the off brands. And I thought for a razor we'd do something fun and go good and vintage, and 1908 Gillette single ring. We'll use a two-sided thingy today. And people seem to think out if I don't use vintage. So 1908, that's pretty vintage. We are, however, not going to use a vintage blade, although if you'll recall, I did use that with one of the vintage 3-hole blades one time. And I just dug out a Rapara here. Swedish Super Steel. I'm going to shave with Swedish Super Steel this morning. And we're going to use our flat top Badger with the handle that was turned by 999 up in Canada. And then we put the flat top. I like that flat top. It's good. Now, like I've said 3 billion times before, and I'm going to say one more time, this doesn't have a lot of backbone, but as you'll see, it ain't going to hurt a thing at all. Ain't going to be a big deal. So we're going to get a, oh, and just a little teaser for Ordinary Shaver. Y'all have to indulge me just a little bit. Here a while back, I had gotten some stuff in, and I had actually forgotten about this. But he drinks Dewar's. And I got a box open here that's got Dewar's white label on it. And one of these days, whenever I get around Ordinary Shaver to sending you a box of stuff, I'll send that along with it. Just something for you to look forward to. You know, I got something you don't got. I got something you don't got. But I'm going to send it to you. So there we go. So we tried a little something to toast yesterday that didn't go over real well. I took the like button down for a little while. Couldn't like anything, you actually had to comment. And even if all you did was type in the letters L-I-K-E to say that you liked it, you were still commenting on a subject instead of just hitting the like button. It didn't go over very well. People didn't like it, didn't think much of it at all. So, neat thing about the single rings is, it is a 3-piece, so you screw the bottom piece off and it comes out. And this is a silver plate. And it shines up really nice. It's got a little patina on it now. But anyway, so you got your 3 pieces of your razor there. And we're going to go back here and get the blade off. All right. Brand new blade in a single ring. Now, I think the single ring with a modern blade is a fairly aggressive razor. I've heard people say otherwise, and that's okay too. But to me, it's an aggressive filling razor, and I like that. I like an aggressive filling razor. Now, That doesn't mean I can't get just as good a shave with a non-aggressive filling razor. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I like it. So remember, when you use one of these though, you do have some wiggle room on the blade. The blade will wiggle around. So before you tighten it down, be sure everything looks like it's lined up really nice. If not, you could end up with an extremely aggressive razor on one side and the other side be not as much, and it wouldn't be. It's just not any fun. So be sure everything is all nice and straight before you tighten it down. Also remember, some people will say about the end of the blade sticking out. Personally, I don't think that hurts anything. I've heard people talk about nicking an ear with it and that kind of stuff, so probably don't want to do that, but I don't know. I don't remember ever having that happen. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. I mean, I don't remember it. Alrighty. Well, we're going to do another quick little wipe down here, just because. And then we're going to fire up some Super Max Menthol. Now, my understanding is, well, I know, they make more than one type of Super Max. They have other flavors of it. But this is the menthol. It's not a real, it's been a while since I shaved this, but I don't remember it being a really, really strong menthol. So we're just going to put like 3 dabs. I don't think I bottom dab it up. There we go. That'd probably be a whole lot more soap than we need. But there you go. So let's wash a little bit of soap off my finger here. Not that I think it matters. Alright, here we go. Now, as usual, we're going to start out with a brush that's not overly damp. It's got to have some dampness in it to make the soap work. I mean, you can't use a dry brush, right? But you don't want a whole lot of water in, because all you're going to end up doing is slinging water and lather all over the place. So we're starting to get the lather going here, which is starting to work pretty good. Then we're going to get us a little dab of water. And it's going to build up a little more. And as you can see, the Super Max is a really, really nice soap. Cream, rather. I guess cream is still a soap, right? Yeah. But it's really nice. And we'll get it started. It would be really easy to come up with buttercream with this cream. Most creams are that way. They're easier to build lather. I made a comment one time that I thought that people that were getting into shaving and were newer should start out with a soap and a brush and learn lathering technique. And everybody would always holler and get this cream and get that cream. And I was making a point that if you're using cream, you're not developing your lather technique. And somebody popped up and was asking, well, isn't there a technique to building lather with cream? And I'm sitting there thinking, not really. You could take somebody that's never seen them brush and all, and you could have them lathering cream in a couple of minutes. It's not that much of an issue, as long as you're not just overly watering at one time. And we just add a little water at a time as we go. Okay, plenty of lather. And like I was saying, this brush may not have a whole lot of backbone, but it still does a really good job. And especially good if you're one of the people that like some paintbrushing like that right there. Works really good for that. Anyway, there we go. We got some lather on. And the open comb, I love an open comb razor. Whether it be, something like this or an old. I never was a real big fan of the News, the Gillette News, long or short comb, either one. I never was a big fan. Now, doesn't mean they don't shave good. It means I wasn't a big fan of them. So we get us a little skin stretching going this morning. And this is just a regular 1 day's growth. This is not like it's having to, work real hard for it. And we'll come over on this side. Same thing. These are really great razors. We'll go ahead and get this little spot under here that goes the other way from everything else. I'm a solid single edge injector guy. I just am. But these old vintage Gillettes and even the clones of them, great shaves. I mean, there's a reason they were around so long. Now, the reason I think they did so much better than the single edge razors back in the day was all that had to do with the marketing of the King Gillette, I understand, his marketing style. But anyway, however you look at it, they do shave good. And the older they are to me, the better. I wish I could find an old double ring. That's what I wish I could have. And I know some people that have them, and nobody's ever offered to give me one. What's up with that? I'm not too proud. I'd take one if someone offered to give me a double ring. I would. But anyway, old vintage razors. So for the record, Fuzzy is using a two-sided thingy today, but it is solidly a vintage two-sided. According to the serial number on this one, it's a 1908. So that makes it a really nice. I saw some the other day had a 1904. Is it JR maybe? It's got a 1904. I think he's got a double ring too. But anyway, someone had a 1904 here a while back I was a little jealous of. No, I wasn't really jealous. Is this the coffee out of the silver can? Mm-hmm. All right. That makes it Cafe Du Monde with chicory. And Agent 007 made coffee this morning. He did it in the French press. I'm telling you, Cafe Du Monde with chicory out of a French press is not a bad way to start the day. All righty. Go down in front of right here, there, get this little cross grain thing going. The single ring here, open comb. Now remember, this is something I had to learn. That just because a razor is open comb doesn't mean it's a super aggressive monster. It really doesn't. There are open comb razors that are just as mild as anything. But anyhow, this one actually is not. I must have the blade centered in there just right. Everything's really nice. It's not feeling as aggressive as I sometimes remember it feeling. Maybe I'm just getting old and I'm remembering it wrong. Possible. Who knows? Anyway, whatever it is. All right. Let's get that cleaned up and see what we got. Then we'll get our witch hazel out for our touch-up pass. Now, someone will occasionally ask, well, why do you use witch hazel for the touch-up pass? People who watch this all the time already know this, and y'all get tired of hearing the same thing over and over, I'm sure. But anyway, the witch hazel is slick. It gives me some, if I have a little bit of razor burn, it helps with that. And I think that when I put the witch hazel on, I can feel better the rough areas that I may need to go over a little more if there's any there. And I think it does a good job. Mainly, I've been doing it for so long that it's become part of the routine. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm really a routine type. So there what we got after 2 passes. Everything's great. So we're going to slap on some witch hazel. And this is just generic store brand. This isn't the fancy stuff. I find that the store brand, it's 14% alcohol is the normal thing. It does just great. I know you can get the Thayer's. It doesn't have alcohol in it, but I don't have problems with sensitive skin or anything. I've basically got cast iron skin, so I don't have to worry, and I'm happy about that. We're going to come along and grab these areas that we normally clean up. I mean, come on, be honest about it. The cleanup pass just ends up being a full pass again because, hey, shaving is what we do. All righty now. Looky there. That's going to be our shave today. I don't know exactly who all is going to be in the meeting, but we're doing it up in the admin building, and that can mean the admin people are going to be there. That can mean the plant manager and the, the health and HSC, we call it, health, safety, environmental manager. All these people could be there, so got to look the part, right? Absolutely. So here we go. That's our shave for today. 1904 Gillette single ring. Right there. Beautiful piece of history. And this one still, when I put the silver polish to it, it still shines up nice. These things are gorgeous. Good heavy plating. And so that's the Super Max Menthol. If you haven't tried any of these Bulgarian creams, take a shot at them. I think they're good. I like the Bulgarian creams. I also like the Portuguese creams, but especially the Bulgarian stuff is pretty good. Everybody knows I'm a fan of the rose, so one of these days, before too long, we're going to break out the rose of Bulgaria. All right, a little bit of the actual skin roaster on. All the store brands have their own little nuance to them, but to get back to the original every once in a while is a really good thing to do to remember how it's supposed to be. So there we go. All right, well, I got to finish getting ready for work and see if I can get this video to upload. Me and this iPhone uploading videos have not been having a good time. But anyway, we're going to make it work. We'll see y'all later. Remember, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shakes to you.